Oh, hello there, Mr. Camera. Welcome to another announcement night for our next big adventures. Yes, as I started out here, this is my current passport. Just got it back the other day, actually, with the extra pages. It's got 48 extra pages in there. It's like extra thick. So that should last me probably the rest of the lifetime of the passports. But
mine has extra pages too.
yeah, Angie's is the one next to it there. I just gotta put
It
them
won't
in there.
even shut.
Yeah, as you can tell, they won't even shut closed. Anyways, we'll do a little review before we get into the announcements. But since we moved to Lexington, we've been on 5 major trips, I believe. Which are, we moved in January of 2013. And we went to China, Japan for the first trip in 2013. Then we did the Circle Lake Erie trip in June of that year of 2013. And then South America, 2013, almost exactly a year ago. And then this year, of course, was the cruise back in March. And then, of course, the most recent South Africa, Southern Africa, all over South Africa and Southern Africa and those areas there.
Oh, I miss South Africa so much.
So,
It was
yes.
so wonderful.
So we will be revealing the 6th and 7th trips since moving to Lexington and everything, the major trips of 2015. So, both of these trips have a very common theme. I'll start out with the little teasers I threw out earlier. This was the one and only teaser I threw out for the January trip here. This is actually a map of the tectonic plates of the Earth. And how this ties in with our January trip is one of these lines, or one of the boundaries of the tectonic plates actually goes right through our January destination, which I think a lot of people guessed it already, but in case for those who haven't, the boundary is right there. As you can tell, that little country there, way, way, way up north in the polar regions, I think about the 62, 63rd parallel. We are going to be going to Iceland in the end of January. Actually, just booked that a couple of weeks ago. I was originally only going to do the main trip of 2015 on this announcement, and I saw a good deal that I've been wanting to do. It keeps popping up in Groupon, so we do.
I'm the one who keeps pointing it out because it's one of the 5 places I want to go more than anything. And I was just like, oh, the Iceland trip is still there. Wink.
Yeah, the Iceland trip comes and goes out of Groupon a lot, and I've been eyeballing it for a while now, and we finally just clicked it. That was in the previous video where you saw me hit the confirm purchase button. That was for the Iceland Northern Lights tour. And this is the binder cover for that trip. The Iceland Winter Adventure with a departure of January the 25th, coming back on the 1st of February 2015.
Seeing if I can try to find it on here.
Yes. There's Iceland up there. Yeah, it's almost to the Arctic Circle, not quite. It's about 63, 64 degrees north latitude.
Yeah, my phone is so slow.
So with that, all right, what else are you trying to find?
I was trying to find the Groupon deal so we can.
I have a Groupon deal. I think, did I print it out? Yeah, here's the group. Yeah, I did print it out. That's what the Groupon deal looks like there. Yeah, it's $7.99 for airfare and hotel. Pretty good deal.
There's a 7-day tour of Dubai on here for $14.99. Hello.
Oh yeah. Anyways, yeah, Iceland. We're gonna be doing. Obviously, the Northern Lights is included. Hoping to see those. They say it's one of the peak times you can see the Northern Lights until it starts going down after the years go by. I guess there's like certain time periods that you can see them better than others, and this is like one of the peak times, and then it goes down as the months go by, and then I think it goes back up eventually after a few years. I'm not sure what it is, but they say go this winter. It's supposed to be pretty good, but we're going to be doing that and a lot of other things. Hopefully, we haven't booked the excursions yet, but hoping to do the Icelandic horses, some glacier hiking / beginner ice climbing, which looks cool. The snorkeling between the continents, the tectonic plates, which is right there. You can actually snorkel on the, I think they call it the Sifra fixture between those, the North American plate and the Eurasian plates. And then the famous Golden Circle Tour, we'll probably do that for one of the days as well. But yes, Iceland end of January of 2015. But now I think everyone's wanting to hear the main trip of 2015, which actually starts exactly a year from today. It's very, very long, planned out. But the main part of that trip, I'm sure we'll have a pre-trip for that as well, but the main part of that trip's going to kick off November the 18th of 2015. Today is November 18th of 2014, exactly 1 year before the main part of next year's trip commences. But yeah, I said earlier in the video that both of these trips have something very well in common. I think a couple of people know what the main trip of next year is going to be, but in case where you don't, those that don't, we're about to reveal. But I said Iceland is in one of the polar regions, here in the beyond the 60th parallel in the north, towards the Arctic Ocean. For the early of 2015, for the end of 2015, we're going to beyond the 60th parallel southern latitude down to Ushuaia, Argentina. Right there, the very southern tip. Also known as one of the big areas of Patagonia, which is Patagonia basically covers all of southern Argentina as well as southern Chile, with a bunch of the glaciers and pointy mountains and ice and glaciers and all that good stuff. But that, obviously that is not the main part of the trip either. That's probably going to be pre-trip. Ushuaia, Argentina is a gateway city. Gateway cities are major cities that you go out of to get to another destination. Ushuaia is a gateway to the Antarctic, where we'll be boarding the MS Expedition on a 13-day cruise to Antarctica. And the main trip binder for that trip is right here. And I'm calling this trip Antarctica, the Quest for Completion, all 7 at 30. What does that mean? Antarctica will be my 7th continent. Next year I turn 30 years old. So that will be a pretty cool milestone to hit at 30. For Angie here, it'll be her 6th continent. She has 5 continents now. It'll be her 6th. After that trip, she will be missing Australia. So sometime in the future, she'll be stepping foot in Australia, and she'll be able to count Australia as her 7th and final continent.
I can't wait to go back to Argentina. It's so beautiful there.
Yeah, we'll have some time, and pretty sure we'll have a connection through Buenos Aires and all that. I forgot to show the little previews that I threw out here, but this is the first one I threw out. That was just like a confirmation. I just bleeped out all the details. And that's actually a logo that the company that we're doing it with is called Chimu Adventures. That's just a close-up of their logo, which is like a mountain, but yeah, they have a pretty good deal with that. But yeah, it's going to be an Antarctic cruise. It's not one of those cruises that you just go around and you just look off the ship. No, you actually do shore landings. You actually step foot on the continent on this. We'll have 6 full days, like, exploring. Well, I think it takes 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back, because you gotta sail across the very, very rough Drake Passage, apparently. Which I'll probably be taking some seasickness pills for that, I think. And I'm sure you will too.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
It'll be alright.
It will be worth it, I'm sure. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some kayaking down there, and I was crazy enough to book a one night overnight camping on the ice, and it's going to be cold. But actually during November it's going to be about in the 30s, maybe 40s during the day in Antarctica. It's actually not as cold as you think it would be. I think the further south you go, like towards the South Pole, it gets really, really cold. But the peninsula, which is the part we're hitting, it's basically like our winter, and it also has the year-round, or the day-round sunlight, too. I don't even think it's going to get dark during the whole time we're there, because we're so far south during their winter time, or their summertime and our winter time. So it's going to be very beautiful. So that's a year from now. The 2015 will be the year of the polar trips. Yep, north in January to Iceland, and then south to Antarctica / Patagonia and other areas we decide to do there for the November of next year trip. So other than that, that is our main announcements for 2015. There'll probably be a summer trip. It won't, probably most likely won't be an international trip. Probably a coaster trip, road trip, something like that, sometime in the summer, because that's quite a long gap between January and November of next year to not do a trip. So I'm sure there'll be a road trip of some sorts during the summer, or a bunch of little road trips like here and there throughout. Other than that, yep, that is 2015, the main trips of 2015. Hopefully we do see the Northern Lights in Iceland. And in Antarctica, yeah, that's the MS expedition there. That's what we'll be getting on. The glaciers, penguins, and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. Next year I'll be stepping foot on my 7th and final continent. Every continent of the world. I've been to 6 now, obviously, so Antarctica will be the final one as I turn 30 next year. Anything else you want to put in there?
Just that I've been wanting to go to Iceland. I've been wanting to see the Northern Lights, so I think that's it.
All right.
You've pretty much covered everything else.
We'll see everybody in our next one.